In the quaint town of Shalomville, where every street corner twinkled with the laughter of children and the smell of freshly baked challah, lived Moishe, a humble cobbler known for his kindness. His little shop, nestled between the bakery and the florist, was a repository of stories as much as it was shoes. Moishe, a bespectacled man with a beard as fluffy as the clouds, had an ancient brass menorah that stood proudly on its counter, its arms curved like a welcoming embrace. As Hanukkah approached, the townspeople were abuzz with preparations, decorating their windows with shimmering stars and preparing to light their menorahs. But this year was special, for it was the 100th anniversary of Shalomville, and a grand Hanukkah celebration was planned in the town square. A week before the festival, tragedy struck. A sudden storm swept through the town, wreaking havoc. By the time the skies cleared, the square where the celebration was to be held lay in disarray. The grand menorah that was supposed to light up the hearts of the community was bent and broken. The townspeople gathered in the square, their faces gray as the overcast sky, mourning the loss of their Hanukkah spirit. Just then, Moishe arrived, puffing and panting, pushing a cart that carried his ancient brass menorah. "Fear not, my friends," exclaimed Moishe. "This menorah has seen many a Hanukkah, and it shall see many more. Let's use it for our celebration." The townsfolk murmured among themselves. Moishe's menorah was beautiful, but it was so small, and they wondered how such a tiny thing could represent their entire mighty community. As the first night of Hanukkah arrived, the townspeople gathered in the square, skepticism in their hearts. Moishe, with a twinkle in his eye, struck a match and lit the shamash, the center candle. It's higher than the rest. And then lit the first candle. A small flame flickered into life, casting a gentle glow. The crowd was silent, the light seemingly too faint, too insignificant against the vast darkness of the night. But as Moishe began to recite the blessings, his voice was strong and clear. Something magical happened. The flame started to grow, not in size, but in brilliance. It sparkled with hues of blue and gold, dancing like the stars above them. One by one, families lit their candles from Moishe's menorah, and soon every face was bathed in its miraculous light. "This is the light of unity, of resilience," Moishe proclaimed. "Each of us is like a candle, small alone, but together we are brilliant. Let our light shine as a beacon of hope and togetherness." Night after night, more people came, each bringing their menorah to the square. Doctors, teachers, children, elders, all stood side by side, their menorahs aglow. Laughter and songs filled the air. Dreidels spun wildly, and sufganiyat, these are filled jelly donuts, glistened and were shared with joyous abandon. On the 8th night, a special guest arrived, Rabbi Eliezer, a wise man known for his great knowledge and even greater stories. He had heard about the miraculous menorah of Shalomville and decided to witness it himself. As the final candles were lit, the rabbi spoke. In the times of Temple, the miracle of Hanukkah was not just that the oil lasted for 8 days, but that those who lit it believed it could. Tonight, I see the same belief in all of you. You believed in the light, in each other, and in the strength that comes from unity. This is the true miracle of Hanukkah. Tears glistened in Moishe's eyes as he looked around at the sea of lights. His heart swelled with pride, not for his menorah, but for his community, who had turned a small flicker of hope into a roaring blaze of togetherness and joy. As the festival drew to a close, the townspeople decided that Moishe's menorah should have a place of honor every Hanukkah from then on in the town square. And so it was. Each year, as the menorah was lit, new stories were added to the legacy, stories of kindness, overcoming darkness, and of the strength found in unity. And though Moishe eventually passed on, his spirit lived on in every flicker of every candle, in every smile of the children who played in the light, and in every story told around the warm glow of the marvelous menorah. In Shalomville, the Festival of Lights was much more than a remembrance of ancient miracles. It was a celebration of the miracles that happen every day when hearts come together to light up the dark.